Get the gorilla death stare. A gorilla is a pretty scary looking animal. If you were out on an afternoon stroll and you found yourself face to face with a gorilla, you couldn't do much. You couldn't run, you couldn't fight, you couldn't slowly slink away and go off in the opposite direction. Your only hope would be to break off eye contact, touch the ground with your forehead, and hope the gorilla didn't kill you. But here's the thing. Gorillas rarely fight, even with each other. They dominate by a pure projection of strength. Rarely a demonstration of strength. They are not carnivores. They have such big bellies because they eat a bunch of grass all day long. They need to be super fierce to protect their territory. A group of gorillas in the wild needs a pretty large area to get enough food for everybody. I read a book once that tried to compare the various empires over the course of history. One variable they talked about was how far the empire could project strength. Project strength in order to protect their territory. This is what led to the collapse of the Roman Empire. They lost their ability to project strength and were overrun by barbarians. This is what they mean when they talk about not being the first one who blinks in any kind of negotiation, buying a car, etc. It's why women test men, unconsciously and driven by evolution, to see if the men blink metaphorically. It's easy to pretend to have confidence when running game, when you know what you are going to say, but it's how you respond to unexpected attacks on your frame that demonstrate true confidence. The true confidence that is both very rare and very attractive. I once sold insurance a long time ago. The kind you sell to people inside their houses. One of the trainers was a very, very successful salesperson. He'd been at the company for a while and he sold a ton. He was a retired New York City detective. This dude had so much presence from staring down vicious criminals. All he needed to do was to stare at you and tell you to buy something. Most salespeople have average or slightly above average frame strength, so tossing out objections is pretty easy, but not with detective death stare. This is real power. Kind of like how Sun Tzu described in The Art of War. The best way to win a war is to do so without firing a single shot. Like a gorilla. Just project massive strength with your presence and absolutely dominate. To learn more, visit mindpersuasion.com/live-training.